Okay, I've calmed down a little bit now after that horrendous showing against PSG last night. I'm still absolutely fuming about it, but the good news is Omar Marmoush has signed, and well, he's not a shy boy, is he? Apparently, he said he can play right across the front. He prefers to play behind the striker, so hopefully, him and Haaland can strike up some kind of a partnership. And well, like I say, he's not a shy boy. He's come out and said that he's very fast and he's dangerous. Let's hope he is. My big worry, yes, I am still worried. With Pep Guardiola in charge and not changing the formation or the tactic or the plan, are we going to get the best out of Omar Marmoush? I watched him recently in an extended highlights in a game, and he was outstanding. But he was playing on the counter-attack more or less. He had a back 2 or 3 to play against, and obviously, you know, a technically gifted player who is very, very good on the ball, which he obviously is. He's always going to, you know, have success against that. When he's playing for City and he's going to be playing in a penalty area that's got 11 defenders in it, how's he going to do then? Hopefully he'll do well. Why am I worried? I am worried because I think I've said this before. When Guardiola first came to City, he had this rule about, you know, winning the ball back very quickly, blah, 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 blah. But one of his great assets, as opposed to another club not very far from you know, in Manchester, our transfer policy, as opposed to theirs, has always been Pep Guardiola had a tactic and a formation in mind, and he would say, let's take, for instance, an attacking midfielder. I want an attacking midfielder, but he's got to be able to do this, 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 and this. Defensive midfielder, I've got to do this, 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 and this. I mean, when Fernandinho went and Rodri came in, I, for one, watched his first season and I thought, he's nothing like Fernandinho. He's nowhere near as good. Okay, he's just won the Ballon d'Or, though. Pep Guardiola knows what he's doing. And in that light, building that team the way he did, and the dressing room atmosphere, the mental strength that team had, younger legs, obviously, and Pep Guardiola was able to say, right, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. We've got the players to do it because I brought them in. I know what I'm doing, and it worked. We won the Champions League. We won a treble. We won 4 Premier Leagues on the bounce. My big worry now is that he's not really playing to the team's strengths. And the team's strengths are not playing the centre-backs over the halfway line with this massively high press, playing this inverted fullback that comes into midfield. Yes, in theory, it gives us an extra man in midfield. But what it does is Rico Lewis, Nunes, Walker, they're all getting exposed and they're all getting the blame because what the opposition team's doing, and I've said this before, but the opposition managers don't need to be tactically gifted. All they do is win the ball back and then stick it forward for fast runners. And our defenders are on the heels. You ask any professional footballer, any footballer who is a defender, they don't like to be on the heels. They like to be in control of a situation. You're not in control of a situation when you've got a quick striker or two running at you. That's not the ideal. But we always have that situation. Ipswich, totally different kettle of fish. We got a goal or two. Ipswich had to come out. We killed them. But even in that game, Ipswich could have had a couple of goals. They did do that. They did try to, but they didn't have the players that PSG have got. So my worry is at the moment, what I would be saying to Guardiola is, okay, you're great at buying players, you know, young players, fresh players, you know, quick players, technical players to fit into a formation. Why are you not now sorting out a tactic and a formation that suits the players that you've got? Gundogan, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva's not having his best season, and Mateo Kovacic, all of these players, They're all aging. They've got great experience, but they don't have the legs in midfield. And we don't have that bite, that tigerishness that we need, that we did have. I remember a few seasons ago now, in fact, probably about 7 seasons ago, I don't think Guardiola had been with us very long, but we played Barcelona at the Etihad, and my brother, who sadly is not with us anymore, but we used to speak every match day. And after the game, we spoke on the phone, and he said, I can't believe how dirty Barcelona were. And I'd watched the game, obviously, and when I came off the phone, I thought, were they dirty or were they just tigerish? And I say they were tigerish. They went in the midfield, they went in very determined. And it was kind of borderline whether it was a foul, but very aggressive. But they got away with it. And 2 players on the ball, determined, tigerish, win the ball back, and then do something positive with it. We just don't have that at the moment. We just don't have it. Last night against PSG, but we just let them play around us. They were playing around us, through us. There was just no tigerishness there. Haaland gets a lot of stick at the moment for not being great in games, but when he's got 3 centre-backs on him, I mean, he's the greatest striker in the world. The greatest striker in the world can't get away from 3 centre-backs when you're in a crowded... I mean, if he had 3 centre-backs on him and you put the ball over for him on the counter-attack, yes, he can beat him then. But when it's static, no. Is Marmoush going to be able to do it? I don't know. I think Pep needs to come up with something new now. Something new. He's done this inverted fullback. He's done all the tiki-taka building out from the base. He's done all of that. Let's come up with something new. Let's use the players that we've got and that we are going to bring in, hopefully, to the best possible. I'd like to see us bring in 2 midfield players now. Then when Rodri comes back, hopefully he will come back, as good as he was. And we've got some rotation in there. But we need clever, tigerish players in there we lost the ball, get in there, crunch, win that ball back. And then feed a Kevin De Bruyne or a Phil Foden or a Marmoush or a Doku. And then we're moving forward at pace. That's one of our other big problems at the moment. We have no pace in the team at all. We're just getting done. And when we win the ball back, we're so slow, the opposition get there. There are 11 men behind the ball again. And then we're back to square one. Come on, Pep. Sort it out. You know what to do here. Sort it out. Let's get these players in. Let's start playing a different style of football. Because last night's result was a disaster. Absolute disaster. If we don't get top 4 now in the league, and with the games that we've got coming, we've got Chelsea on Saturday. I mean, that's a poor game to be coming back to after you just got walloped by PSG. Not great. We've got some tough games coming up now. If we don't get Champions League for next season, absolutely disaster. We're meant to be one of the best teams in the world. Can you imagine Real Madrid being in this situation? No. It would never, ever happen. It would never be allowed to happen. We need to freshen up. We need to do something differently now. I mean, the Pep Guardiola situation with his contract, was it a good thing that he signed an extension or a bad thing? You decide. I kind of feel at the moment like we need some fresh ideas. And if Guardiola's not going to do it, then maybe we should bring somebody else in who is going to have fresh ideas. I don't know. It's a difficult one. I'm not a Pep out. But we do need a way forward and we need some fresh ideas. Come on, City, please sort it out.